So, I want to know real quickly. When I was like 16, 17, I think, I met a dude who he might have been 16. I think I was 17. He might have been 16 at the time. He said he wanted 11 kids. And I looked different. My skin was young, and I wore hazel contacts. That was prescription. So the damn near looked real. Okay. It wasn't the fake phony corner store contacts. He said he wanted 11 kids. And at that time, I really hadn't thought about much. I tell you, it starts at home. If your mom, your dad got a big idea and they share it with you, or anything positive, and they encourage you, they want you to want more, you will want more for yourself. You'll think bigger. I didn't have that. I had small-minded parents. And so I honestly didn't think about my future. I didn't think about house size. The only thing I thought about is I did want to have kids because I wanted to love them the way I felt I was never loved. Okay. So he thought, and he had King tattooed on his arm and shit and stuff. And you think now, wow, what a positive trait and a mindset for this dude to think that he a king at 16, 17 years old. And, but I was kind of committed to my husband. We've been together for 21, 22 years now. And I'm just thinking back that, one day we rode through a nice neighborhood. They had expensive houses. And he made a comment. And we went with my mom. She was the driver. And he said, we're going to have a house like this. And she reminded me that I said, we ain't never going to have a house like this. And she said that he looked like, I think of now. Yeah, we won't have a house like that because you're not determined and willing to not go out on no Friday. You're not willing to. You have your bachelor's degree and you got that. Our oldest child is 15. You got that 15 years ago. Like I said, he got sticky fingers sometimes, and said that he would stop doing that when he make 100,000. Well, with having a degree in accounting, it's better that you get a CPA, Certified Public Accountant, which requires you going back to school and being a manager. You ain't never gonna make no 100,000 off of just what you gonna have 30 years of experience. I mean, yeah, you making 69 now. You still got 40,000 to go. okay? $40,000 to go. So yeah, no, I can't put it down on me as if I spoke it into existence, because you ain't never been that dude. If I would have had a partner who was about making money and doing big at 22, 23, there was a house where we stayed at. It was for $14,000. And the house is still there. Ain't nowhere near no $14,000 now. But at that time, I was like, dang, that ain't even a lot. And I was trying to look for a job. I ain't had no job. He had a job. He was secure. You know, if we would have took that and ran with it, you know, but instead, you know, things happen and I got distracted. And to be honest, I'm 37 right now, and I don't know how old I look. I think I might look a little different with this hat off, but I went through a heavy depression and drinking, you know, and I couldn't stop, and I cried every day for like months, and just was getting cases and drowning cases. If I would have had a man at that point who would look at me and say, what are you doing to yourself? You know, just knowing that I'm drinking too fucking much. I don't know what was happening to myself. You know, I was never around family. I remember, so my son he'll be 10 soon, and it's about 10 years ago. And I said to my sister, you know, I ain't never had friends all like that. And be honest, like I've said before, I played well by myself. You ever look at kids and be like, oh, they play so well by themselves? I played well by myself. And I kind of grew up with that, playing well by myself. And I watched family movies, and they wasn't all black. I watched Bloodsport and Little House on the Prairie, and these were, if you want to label them, wholesome type movies. Now I'm saying Bloodsport, he was kicking ass. Jean-Claude Van Damme kicking ass, going overseas, you know, and there was the backstory with that. And Little House on the Prairie, Laura, I forget her name, but you know, I watched wholesome movies, and I wanted that family. I did. I wanted that. And I wanted the house and the picket fence and all that stuff. And I'm not wrong for wanting that. I'm not. You cannot tell me that I'm wrong for wanting it. I didn't know what type of man, you know, that would give me that life. And I had a high school sweetheart, and I stuck with him. My mom never showed me what type of man. They were married once, they got divorced, and my mom had multiple boyfriends. You know, and just, you know, being committed and having a family didn't matter to her, you know, but it mattered to me. And I seen her and the stuff she did, and you know, somebody labeled me as having an old soul. Maybe I've always had an old soul, and that wasn't me. I didn't want to go and do Tom, Dick, and Harry to find out that Stephen was the one. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to live that type of life. And I'm not wrong for not wanting that. If you like being out in the street and testing dicks, that's on you. I ain't want no STDs, STIs. I ain't want different babies, dads. I didn't want none of that. I just never found pleasure in just sex. Meaningless sex. And then, I got with a dude once. I went for it, and he was okay. The sex was okay. It's good. Like, first time actually came, or actually first time someone made me come. And so, it was cool, but he believed in God, but he wasn't my type. He wasn't a forward thinker either. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't about sex. And so now, I'm with my high school sweetheart, still 22 years later, and it's not about sex. Yes, we are married, and while it's not about sex, the sex sucks, and I don't want to do it. And however, while I feel he's smart and he's funny, he's not really a forward thinker, and now, I've always been into God, always. And God is my number one, and God is my go-to, and God will always be, no matter if I got a man or not. Okay, and honestly, at this point, a man is nice. At 37, I know what I want. I know what I need. I know how I can get there or roundabout way. And, I'm not fast, but I'm determined. Okay? And I'm gonna make it regardless. God willing, He gonna let me see it all the way through. And if He don't, I'm praying for my kids. Okay, I'm praying for them now, so that when it's their turn, they get up and they make something of themselves. And I'm praying for my kids. I'm praying for my kids' kids, and I'm praying for my kids' kids, for generations, that they make it, that they succeed, that they ain't got nobody that hinder them, that they be successful. And if that does enter their path, that they able to snap out of it and come to it and run their race. So, and so now I'm just trying, and I feel like I had to let him know on so many things. And during the new year, we went and hung around his friends, his group of folks. And, and the one older dude asked me, what have I learned from him? I answered quickly. He asked me that because I grabbed some dice, the die. His dad was a dice man, but his dad liked to cheat, and his dad got killed. I don't know if that's the reason. I don't know. However, I was like, and he asked, "Hey, Tom, you ain't never all this time you ain't learned nothing." What he say? You ain't learned nothing from him, or you ain't take away nothing. And my response was, "Not that bullshit." And I cut it down quickly because relationship questions. It's because I kind of know, but then if I would have thought about it more, no. I'm gonna tell you, one day when we was younger, he said, "You ain't never gonna change." I'm smart. If I wasn't smart, that question, that comment would have went over my head, and I never would have thought about it. But I kept that in my mind. And I did want to change. I didn't want to be the same ignorant person and not really do nothing with myself. And when I found a good job, they used to speak Russian and Turkish, and I love language. I came up on Selena. I love watching Selena. They almost Selena, okay, or me almost Selena. I can't remember. Honestly right now I can't remember which one. However, and I would ask him, how you say this and how you say that, and he would always say to me, "Umne dobraya krasivaya, umne dobraya krasivaya." I worked there for 2.5 years, and he would always say that, "Umne dobraya krasivaya," which means smart, kind, and beautiful. And I think that he put that smart first. It wasn't beautiful, kind, and smart. It was smart, kind, and beautiful. And so I remember that, and I thank Victor for that. And when I see somebody Russian, a privet, hi, and how are you, and stuff like that. And I just always had that light. And so now, man, I can't play games no more. I am 37. I don't know. I did hurt my skin. I hurt my skin. I hurt my spirit a little bit. I still love God. And I know that He loved me first. Okay? But, I just, man, I need more, yo. I feel like I'm too good and I'm too smart and I'm a good woman. And I seen some real bitches. And I mean, not like, oh, she's a real bitch. No. She's a real bitch. She's bitchy. She ain't shit. I've seen a lot of those, and I'm not one of them, okay? I will try hard, so if I ever came across a dude, who wants to build a business, who wants to do all that, I wish that dude had came in my life. I wish I had searched for him. Because I honestly believe I will be a billionaire by now. Because I work hard. I'll dedicate myself. I just never came across nobody who also wanted the same thing that I wanted. But now I'm trying. And I'll get there. Oh. All right, y'all. Now, I ran it long enough. God is good. God is always going to be good. And I will always put God first, no matter what. I don't care if I don't got no man. And I'm going to always pray for my kids. And I'm going to always pray because God is real. God is real, yo. All right, now, y'all be easy. Be blessed. Keep God first. 100, y'all.